Hi guys, this is Amy with the Mercurius Being Astro Update. This is for the Aries New Moon, which will be on April 11th at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. So for the Aries New Moon, we have still a little chunk in Aries. We have Venus, obviously the Sun and the Moon together, Mercury and Chiron. So Aries is courage, it's assertiveness. When the Sun hits 0 degrees Aries up here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the first day of spring. So new moons are the day to plant intentions and start new practices. So Aries initiating energy is really supportive of this. So Aries charges head first into life, moving from the known into the unknown, the principle of awareness of self and your physicality and your sense of having agency. Aries rules the head, the face, the adrenals. Mars is the ruler of Aries, and Mars is the urge to be active, take initiative, and be contentious. The glyph for Mars is, you're familiar with kind of the masculine symbol. Originally it was the cross above the circle of spirit, so it was the cross of matter above the circle of spirit. So there's something about being in the body and the physicality being more important than the sense of spirit with the energy of Mars. Mars rules the blood, it rules the immune system, the inflammatory response, adrenals, body heat via digestive function, and muscular action. So Mars is all about energy and physicality and getting out there and getting into the world. With this new moon, with Venus conjunct the new moon, Venus is supporting us planting seeds of, again, what we'd like to see blossom, but of course with Venus there's a sense of music and art and beauty. With Aries, I always slip back into that Mars energy of just, pure adrenaline, pure energy, and of course Venus tempers that with her balancing and loving nature. But absolutely nothing wrong with the Aries assertiveness. It's a welcome energy, of course. It gives us the energy with Chiron and Mercury conjunct to be direct, okay? Chiron is the wounded healer. What words do you need to say? What wounding do you have that requires that Aries energy of individuating, of asserting yourself, of making yourself go beyond that which you think you can do, okay? Using your voice to find healing and expression, expressing your desires, your goals, gives you the strength to express your individual nature. The sense of movement is really healthy at this time. Of course, in the Northern Hemisphere, we've been slogging it through the winter, especially up here in the Northland. So we get to the spring and it's like, okay, we need to move. We need to get rid of that stagnation in the body. Also, have some fun, right? Do something fiery, do something adventurous. Outdoors, again, extending yourself past where you think you can go, but don't go too fast or too far, which would also be kind of a Mars-Aries thing, to get a little bit ahead of yourself. So with the sense of Mercury in Aries, thinking of course, not only thoughts, which is mercurial, but like feeling them and experiencing them in the physicality of your body. You came into this body, and then the intellect isn't only to, have those logical or intellectual responses, but it's having the somatic experience of life as well. I was also rating something, let's see, sensitive, intuitive, imaginative, almost kind of like a connect into your body of really what you're sensing and thinking being together. and able to key into the thoughts and kind of the vibe of others, kind of as Aries as the energy of a team building captain. All right, Mars in Gemini is still, okay, so we still have this similar configuration. We've got Mars in Gemini conjunct the North Node at the trailing edge of this bowl-shaped pattern, and then we have Pluto at the other end. So Mars is out of bounds in Gemini, so it's, as the ruler of the new moon, it's strong, but being out of bounds, it's a little stronger and a little wilder and a little tinge of unpredictability with that. Mars and Jupiter, Jupiter's in Aquarius, still, same as the last lunation, those both have a sextile to the sun and moon and Venus as well. And I have this energy of cooperation from those planets. So Jupiter is big and hot and expansive, and Mars is hot and energizing. So they're both really supporting you as you plant these seeds, as you initiate these actions. I wrote cooperation, opportunities for adventure with Jupiter supports optimism and altruism. Finding within yourself the ability to take the high road and not begrudgingly so, but a sense of expansiveness, a sense of being higher minded, and to get on well with others. So there's just lots of energy available at this time. With Mars in Gemini and Jupiter in Aquarius, this sense of the outside air. So get outside, get some fresh air and play. Then also at this time, with Venus in the mix, before I step into Pluto, Venus really, again, lending her charm and her loving nature into the energy surrounding this Aries. Venus is also at a transmutation phase, as Adam Gainsburg calls it, and he has all kinds of wonderful work on soulsign.com. So check that out for in-depth Venus. I'm just going to mention this as Venus is a time of remaking herself, a time of initiating. So we are remaking ourselves. It's an opportunity to seed our intentions again, but also Venus being in her underworld. We still can't see her. She's too close to the sun. So she's still, and she's on the other side of the sun. So she's really far away from us, moving really fast, but appearing to move very slowly from Earth's perspective. So just having this time in Venus's kind of otherworld or underworld to go within ourselves and our desires and find the courage and the clarity to embrace and own and embody all of the parts of ourselves, and then going into that, going deep into our wisdom, and then just being aligned more with our fullness. So as Venus is in this stage, kind of confronting where we may play it small, where we don't empower ourselves, where we devalue ourselves, where any of those shadow things. And so just spending some time in that energy and then having the courage in Aries to go forward, and the courage with this phase of Venus to pick up those lost pieces of ourselves, pick them up from the basement, from the shadow bag, and own them. And coming from a sense then of wholeness, embodying all parts of ourselves. Pluto squares, speaking of shadow bags and shadow parts and unowned parts of ourselves, Pluto in Capricorn is still on the leading edge of this configuration. And at each lunation still is until, I think we get into later in the summer, then the bowl shape starts to change a little bit more. So we're in this pattern, guys, for a little bit. So it's kind of like this. So on one end Mars, one end Pluto, they're both in the navel chakra, like your will center. So it's like, what is within you that needs to be restructured? Again, what are you not aligning with? And never a blame with that, just like really evaluating and meditating on that fact of like, what aren't we aligning within ourselves or owning? And then coming from that sense of strength, that sense again of wholeness. Pluto is squaring the moon and the sun and squaring Venus at this lunation. And it's really tight to Venus. So owning and getting into all of that shadow stuff is going to be highlighted. With a square, it could be highlighted because it might kind of come at you in a conflict situation. So it might be from someone else that it comes at you, and then it's really easy at that time, of course, to say, well, they did this and they're the ones. But really, they are bringing you an opportunity to see that within you. So what gets inflamed, what gets called out, and again, then to kind of flip it and then use that as an entrance to the cave. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So Pluto may be exaggerating or bringing a little conflict to the new moon. Will give you the opportunity and the invitation to go deep, which again, Venus supports through her phase, the energy of Aries, and then the energy of the new moon all support that as well. All right, I'm just going to read one thing today, and it is from the Language of Colors book, Inna Segal. The color for Aries, anyway, is red. See if I can get that without glare. All right, and for this deck, for this card, red is free yourself from pain. Red contains unlimited energy, vitality, and power, and draws money and prosperity into your life. It is a powerful agent for healing blood disorders, improving circulation, healing diseases, drying up sores or wounds, warming cold areas of your body, and reducing pain. And because red releases adrenaline to stimulate mental and physical energy, red can relieve depression. Use a red sword of light to heal on all levels. Free from pain. Imagine you have a red sword of light. At the tip of the sword, there is a red star, which has incredible healing power. When the star touches anything sick, it dissolves the sickness right out of your body. Visualize touching different parts of your body that need healing with the red sword. Say, Divine Intelligence, move your healing light through my mind and body so I can return to a state of vibrant health. All right, that's our update for the lunation. Have a wonderful and initiating Aries New Moon, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Namaste.